Hello, I'm Scott Whiteside. I'm chairman of the Green Valley Baptist Church COVID Task Force. That's quite a mouthful, isn't it? I would like to introduce the people who are on the task force because I know that many of you are concerned about the rising number of cases, COVID cases in Arizona, in Pima County, and in Green Valley. So let me do that. There's Barry Blocker is on the committee, as well as John Prim, Charlie Logan, Diane Trotter, Frank Molina, and Barbara Tingle. So let me say a few words about my role in the committee and what the committee as a whole does, right, or the task force. We meet every Tuesday night for about 45 minutes by Zoom call. And really the purpose of that call is to monitor what's happening in the community and to recommend changes when we think maybe we need to change our procedures at the church. So my role is to host the meeting and facilitate the discussion, but each of the members you'll find bring their own expertise and in some cases special access to information about what's happening out there. So I thought it'd be valuable for you to hear a few words from each of them about their role and perhaps what they're observing right now. So I'll start with our data statistics expert, Barry Blocker.
I'm Barry Blocker, member of Green Valley Baptist Church. Wow, COVID. Who would have ever thought we would be going through a time like this? I'm a numbers guy, so I started tracking COVID numbers clear back in March, just for my own edification. There have been peaks and there have been valleys, a few valleys, but those valleys may have given us a false sense of hope that the pandemic was over. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Just listen to the news and it won't take you long to become confused. I've been tracking daily, weekly, and monthly numbers for the world, for the USA, for Arizona, Pima County, and even our zip codes. And I can look at numbers from any country in the world and all the different states and all the different counties. My findings, it is trends that count. Numbers per se can be very deceiving and very confusing. The current trend for the last couple months is that the numbers are going up everywhere and at an alarming rate. We can beat this with God's help, but we all need to pull together and maybe even do some things that we don't feel comfortable with doing. Charlie, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, Barry. As most of you know, I am currently the chairman of the Deacons here at Green Valley Baptist Church. And as you know, the responsibility of all of your deacons is to serve Green Valley Baptist Church and to assist our pastors. You know, during this time, we have been contacting our deacon family members as often as we can to check on their welfare, because the last thing that your deacons want to see is our family not being able to meet together. However, we have had to practice some measures that are for the safety of our church family. I am also a hospice volunteer, and I know firsthand how serious this virus can be. And I don't want to see any of our family members suffer through this. So as your deacon chair and a member of this task force, I will offer my recommendations and I will support and stand by whatever decision that our pastoral staff will have to make to protect this church family. So I'd like to give Barb Tingle an opportunity to speak now.
Hi, my name is Barb Tingle, and I come with a slightly different perspective on the situation. I work with another population in the community. I'm a public school teacher. I work with kids, I work with families, and I have seen how COVID affects families. I have seen through the school families with COVID in their homes. It doesn't just affect the parents. It doesn't just affect the kids. It goes to grandparents. It goes to soccer coaches. It goes to church leaders and teachers. Anyone that comes in contact with these families are affected by COVID, and anyone that comes in contact with these families can affect the families with COVID. I'll tell you, at my little school that I work at, we have been working with the kids with a phrase: we all need to do our part. We all need to work together and do our part to keep each other healthy and safe. I know it sounds simplistic, but that's where we are right now, and it can have a huge impact. And I'll tell you, if 5 and 6 years old can work together to keep each other safe and healthy, we can do it too. Within my school, we've had people who have been sick with COVID. We've had people who are now on disability. We've had a death. This is important, guys. And just like we tell our 5-year-olds, we all need to do our part. It makes a difference. Now we'll go to JP.
Hi, you know that, I help out in the church and leading our choir, and we've been doing a great job of trying to do our very best in light of the situation. And as we have seen those kinds of things continue as far as, the COVID-19, we've been careful in our practice and we've been careful in our presentation. And I can tell you though that there's another aspect of my observation also and experience, and that is as a hospice chaplain. I have seen a real uptick relative to the COVID-19 and some of our patients, and it's been a bit of a challenge for us as we try to still care for them. But it's also affected the staff in my own very own hospice. There are several nurses that have contracted COVID-19. We have an aide that also has gotten it, and we have shut down our office. When we can't even go into our office to do work because of the fact of that impact. I've noticed with some of the facilities as they were opening up, as things were getting better, we were really excited about that as we got to see some of our patients for the first time in months. Well, they're shutting back down again because of this uptick that seems to be going on right now. And unfortunately, even for myself, I found myself today being quarantined by my company, and that's going to have an effect also for Green Valley Baptist Church. I've been quarantined for 14 days because it looks like I might have also contracted COVID-19. I had a test today, and I'm going to have another test tomorrow just to get a different test, but hopefully that isn't the case. But if it is, it's the indication of how challenging of a time that we have as a church and as people who are trying to do the very best we can to honor God and care for those who are around us. And so I'd like to just ask Pastor John if he would just share a few words for us now.
Good evening. This is the COVID team that I have enlisted, and we have been meeting together, as Scott said, over the past month or so. And I appreciate these who are giving of their time, and not just meeting on Tuesday evenings, but also on a day-by-day basis, studying, researching, gathering information for us so that we can do everything that we can to keep Green Valley Baptist Church safe. And so tonight I want to share with you, based on the information that you've just heard, we feel that it's indicating we need to make a tough decision for this weekend and for the next weekend, the next 2 Sundays, November 22nd, November 29th. Our worship services will be online only. We will not be gathering on our campus for worship. Online only. Please share this word with others. And then what we'll be doing after November 29th is on a week-by-week basis, continuing to monitor, to study what's happening in our community so that Green Valley Baptist Church will be a good neighbor, not only to our church family, but also to our community as well too. We'll do this on a week-by-week basis, keeping you updated, informed as we go along. I look forward to the time that we're gathering together again. It's so important for us to do that. This is not an easy decision. This is very tough for us to make. But please know that we care about you, we love you, and we want our church to be a place that models the love of Jesus and also the love of other people as well too. Thank you for understanding. And as we have more information, we will share this with you. God bless you, and join us online this Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. Our website, www.gvbcaz.com, the Green Valley Baptist Church, Green Valley, Arizona YouTube channel, or GVBC member on Facebook. Thank you.